Hello all, I'm Mithun and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the most trending topics. In fact, so many predict this is the future of AI, so how people use AI. So that is running open source models locally or running models locally. Okay, so that is what we are going to look into this video. So what we are going to do here is that first let me make you understand why this is so much important both at a personal level and an enterprise level. So why this is more important and why there is a lot of buzz around this. So this is the first part where we are going to discuss. Next, what are the plugins or the applications are available for us again. So they are also open source, which helps us to get the task done more easily. So that is running the open source models locally. And after this, we'll also look into the hands-on part. So we are going to get models downloaded to our local machines, run them. And also, I will also give you a quick walkthrough on how this locally served models can be used as an APIs. Okay, so that is what we are going to cover in this particular video. Okay, so now that you have a clear agenda or the context of what we are going to do, now let's get started. Okay, so now whenever you ask yourself how you will use AI, okay, so many will be like as a user. Okay, so I will go to chat gpt. Okay, I will go to chat gpt. Okay, and chat gpt has some models running on their cloud. Okay, so this is their cloud. So this is their cloud. So this is OpenAI environment. OpenAI environment. So they have different models, but as of now, so they have deprecated all of the models. They only have GPT-5, right? So they have some models running here. So they have a model running here. We talk to that model and we get the response. So this is how the things happen now. Okay, so now whenever you want to use this, so of course, so this is free. Okay, so till an extent, but yeah, so if you want to unlock the full capabilities, you need to pay. Okay, so cost is the first implication. So why are you paying to ChatGPT? First, because you are using their environment. So they run on complex machines, right? So they have a very high-end machines, and running on these high-end machines will have some cost implications, right? So to cover those costs, you are going to pay a premium, okay, the plus model or the pro plan. Okay, you are going to play this. So for first thing is the cost. Great, you're paying the cost, so which is very much high. Okay, so if you have seen their plans, you would know how high it is. The next thing is that the security is also a concern. Okay, whenever you are talking about enterprise level, security becomes very important. The data is being shared. So if you're sending something, so it is indirectly going to OpenAI. Okay, so if they claim or not, but your data will be used. Security. So that's why companies have their own deployments and use that. Okay, so first is cost, next is security, and next is extensible. Okay, so like let's say I want to fine tune this particular model. It's not possible. You can build a rack system out of it where you give your context, but you cannot fine tune these models. So these are the three main challenges. There are a lot of challenges. These are the main challenges for any proprietary systems like ChatGPT. Okay, even OpenAI has released their open source model this week, but yeah, so let's keep that aside. So now to overcome this, companies will look into open source models. Okay, so there are a lot of open source models, Mistral, you have Llama, so there are a lot of things. So now what they do is that they give you the whole model. So this model, what you have, right? So they will make it open. Till now, which was running in their environment, you can fetch into your machine. Fetch into your machine. Again, the claim is that the future of the AI is like you have models running on your mobile phones as well. But yeah, so it's a long way. So you download this. You download this model into your machine. Okay, and you have all of the configurations in your machine, and you work with it as a user. You talk to this machine now as a user. you will talk to this machine. Great, right? So with this, what happened? Cost. Okay. You need not to pay anything, so you have your machine. Okay, in fact you have paid to your machine. Okay, so it comes all together the same point. But yeah, so some cost could be saved at a large extent. Okay. Next is security. So whatever you talk remains inside your environment itself, inside your secure environment. Whenever you talk about companies, right, companies have their own secure environment, so it stays in the secure environment. And since you have this model, you can extend this or fine tune this. So this is why open source models are very much important. Okay, so for these three reasons. Great. So now that you have a clear idea on why open source models are so much of a big breakthrough. Now, to support this, okay, so there are a lot of platforms you would have heard of. There are a lot of models open on GitHub. There are a lot of models open on Hugging Face. Okay, so where it's a AI community Hugging Face, you can see a lot of open models which you can download and run. Now, when open source models were coming up, people faced the issue that I can download the model, but setting that up is a very tedious task. So that is where Ollama came into picture. Okay, so Ollama is a platform. Okay, so it's an application platform which you can say it helps you to chat and build with open models very easily. Integration is very seamless, and it's an software, so you need to download. Okay, so they have download versions for Mac, Linux, Windows, everything. So you can try it out. Okay, so what is Ollama? So Ollama is like an interface. It provides you an interface to communicate to the local models which you have in your machines. Okay, and many companies use it for a very large extent. Again, so they also have a paid plan, but free plan. So it has some restrictions, but yeah, so it gets the task done. But they have the turbo plan as well. So supercharged models with faster hardware, speed up model interface, learn as model privacy first, save battery life. So all of this, we'll see that what is the turbo mode. So you can just use the free tier. So as of now, great. So we have this Ollama, so you can download it. So I have it downloaded, so not an issue at all. Now what happens is that, so you have the model running. Okay, so you have the model. Just a minute. You have the model, so you need to connect it to Ollama. Okay, and as a user you can talk to this, and it will indirectly give an interface to talk to the models. Okay, so this is what we are going to give. Okay, now once downloading, just open your terminal, command prompt, anything. So just open this and search for Ollama. Okay, so if it gives you some response, then you have Ollama installed successfully. Okay, so it gives you what are the commands, which we'll see that one by one. Great. Now first thing you should do is that you should fetch some models, right? So you can do it in CLI, or else you will have a Ollama application downloaded. Okay, so you can directly open that. That's the most easiest way. So open Ollama. So here if you see, I have multiple models. I have GPT OSS, okay, 20 billion parameters once. I have Llama 2. Okay, so again, so if you want to see the list, you can go to their library. So they have a lot of models here, and each have their own capabilities. Okay, see, like Llama 4, DeepSeek is 7 billion parameters. It goes up to 404 GB. Okay, don't try to use these models. Okay, so these models are not for local machines, so they are for the servers. Okay, so high-end servers running up. But yeah, you can try it with the simple things. You can also see this note telling that you should have at least 8 GB of RAM, free RAM, to run 7 billion parameters. Okay, see, which is like 3.8 GB, and 16 GB, 32 GB to run these models. You can look into what suits your best. But if you ask me, Llama 2 is the model which anyone can run, which I guess everyone have 8 GB of RAM. So Llama 2 is a better model to start. You can just text hi. Okay, so again, so I am not connected to any cloud, so this is all happening inside my machine. Okay, so you can see this. So when you are installing it for the first time, it will download. Okay, whenever you choose, right? So I have a screenshot of here. See, whenever you are just selecting it and chatting, it will download it. Okay, so Llama 2 is of 3.6 GB. Again, I tried with GPT OS is 20 parameters, so I have this, but yeah, so it takes a lot of time. Okay, so I have a pretty good machine, but yeah, so I have a lot of softwares running behind the scenes, so it is slow because of my machine capability. But yeah, so Llama 2 is something which every machine can handle easily. But yeah, if you have a higher end machine, try out any models. Okay, so uh, what is the capital of India? Something like this. Okay, Llama 2 is lightweight. Okay, so it doesn't need that much of resources. But yeah, so whenever you are running on local, right, so it takes a lot of resource. Okay, so again, so these are not servers to handle that much. You have a lot of background task running. So it will be slow, okay, but do not worry, it gets the task done. Okay, see the capital of India is New Delhi. You get the response. Now, if you want to see all of the models you have downloaded, you can just say Ollama list. Okay, see I have three models, Llama 3, Llama 2, GPT OSS 20 billion parameters. Okay, so this is the 13 GB variant. Okay, you can just download anything and you can list it out here. So this is how you run any of the open source model locally using Ollama. Again, so the interface is similar to ChatGPT, but yeah, so this is Ollama. Okay, great. Now again, I told you Ollama provides you a server as well. Okay, so see, if you want to start the server, you just say Ollama sir. Okay, so this is the port which it runs. Okay, so if you can just go to localhost and search for 11434, you can see Ollama is running. This is the default port. Okay, so which Ollama runs. So it provides you a HTTP server, so that you need not to just host somewhere and use the APIs. Okay, so it automatically runs when you say the serve command. Okay, so here you have a lot of information. So now I have the HTTP server running. Now how to use this? So to use this, you have packages like Ollama. Okay, so again, so it supports Python as well. So if you're comfortable with Python, just look for Ollama Python library. Okay, so let me show you a demo with the Ollama JavaScript library. Now to do this, so let me just create a new folder and just say Ollama. Let me just rename this to Ollama and let me get my VS Code. Okay, so my VS Code is here and let me pull Ollama here. Great, I don't want Copilot. Yes, I trust the author. Great. So here let's create a new node project. So I will just say npm init -y. So it created a package.json and I'm going to use type module. Okay, because I want the import syntax, so I'm going to use the type module. And now let's install this. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of npm, so I use yarn. Okay, but any of the package managers works fine. Okay, so see you have Ollama. So again, so it's not that much of a mature package. See, it's still in 0.5, but yeah, it's very much powerful. And now I will just say index.js. So and you have a boilerplate here. See, under less than 5 lines, okay, you will be able to get the model running. Okay, see, I don't have 3.1. I want to use Llama 2. Okay, again, you can list it, right? So whatever models you have, you can list it. Okay, so I am going to use this and let me run this node index.js. Okay, so again, I told you, right, it takes time because it's running on your machine. It totally depends on what configurations your machine has. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, so it should give soon. Okay, see why the sky is blue. The sky appears blue because of phenomenon called as Rayleigh scattering. See, you get all of the information. Now with this, you have your own AI model running locally. You need not to pay anything. Okay, but yeah, so it consumes a lot of your system memory and the RAM, so you should have that in mind. But whole in whole, so this is how you run open source models locally. So the highly effective way. And what is Ollama? Okay, so where you can so what are the configurations you need, what are the library of the models you have, and how to use its server, and how to connect with Node.js or Python. So this is it, and I hope you guys had fun working with this. So I highly appreciate you trying out on your machines. Okay, so try whatever suits you the best. And yeah, so make sure you like this video, comment if you have built something so that I will know, and subscribe so that you could get updates on any new stuff I bring out in this channel. So that's it. Thank you, and I'll catch you up in the next one. Thank you all.